you obviously were here last year when you guys lost Andrew, and you know what happened over the next couple weeks and how much of an absence that was. How much more prepared do you think you are this year, if you do, to handle a loss like that up front?
Well, first and foremost, that injury to AT, man, just feel for him. Really wish him a really speedy recovery. Sound like he was in good spirits. We texted just before surgery, so I'm hurting for him because that sucks. But yeah, really, it just goes moving forward with the next guy up. And I think last year, the year before that, when we dealt with injuries, regardless of the position, you got to have that next man up mentality, and that's why our coaches do such a great job getting our guys prepared.
Do you think Josh is a better player now than he was last year?
Yeah, it's one more year in the system. He's grown. He's certainly learned from those experiences, and there was a lot of good. There's some things he can improve on, but Josh is one of those guys that's came in every single day and just worked his tail off.
We'll ask Dave's later, I guess, about Devin's status for the game and everything. But if he does come back, it's kind of a different dynamic than he left, right? Because of what Tracy was able to do the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't want to get into hypotheticals and whatever Davis wants to do with the roster and stuff, but we have a great running back room, so we have full confidence in whoever's out there.
Has Tyrone earned snaps? Has Tyrone earned carries, no matter if Devin is back or not, based on his play the last
I think Tyrone's done just capitalize on his opportunities, and so depending on the game plan, depending on the week, depending on the flow of the game, how things are going, that can determine a lot of things, whether give him touches or not. But he's done a great job with his opportunities in the pass game, in the screen game, in the running game, and so we're just continue to build off that.
Sometimes when a team uses two, they like that there's a difference. You know what I mean? The change of pace. Do you see that if you guys use Motor and Tyrone, that we can give them different things to look at?
Yeah, I think the room's really diverse. All of them have a nice unique skill set in the run game, pass protection. They kind of all add something, and they're all looking to improve on each of those abilities, but they kind of balance each other out.
Why did you guys run so many RPOs against Cincinnati?
Well, there is a little bit of a difference. There's some RPOs with their true zone, like run pass options where you're reading a second level defender, and then there's some where we just call like advantage throws where you have free access, you can take it. I think depending on the box count, you want to look at those things, and if there's an opportunity versus a light box to run it, you try and run it. If it's a heavy box, then maybe there's an advantage throw on the perimeter that we can possibly take. But that's part of like our run game and what we try to do. Use a skill set of some, it has the ability to utilize some of our receivers on the perimeter. The QB zone read game is another complement to that as well. So you want to have a diverse game plan in the run game.
What's clicked on your screen games? That's been a problem around here for probably predating you. Yeah.
For sure. I think number one, our O-line are doing a really good job of getting to their landmarks and getting vertical. Our backs are being nice and patient, with setting those things up. And then our pass protection and our pass game has helped that too. So I think those three things combined have really helped it. And the when we call them, whether the first down or second down, things that maybe defenses could be clued into that. So that's something we evaluated and looked at. So there's a few things that go into it, but overall it's been a really good job of execution by the guys up front, the O-line, the receivers, the backs, the timing with the quarterback, and when to free throw it over the top of a guy or dart it. So it's been just good execution.
You guys have, your team is among the league leaders in drops. Is that just they have to concentrate more, or is it hands? Do they not have good enough hands at the receivers? What do you see?
I don't think that's the case. It's a combination of things. It could be separation, it could be protection, it could be ball placement, it could just be lack of concentration. So there's a bunch of things that go into it. Each play is just a little bit different, but we always go back to our fundamentals and how can we improve that in an individual drill, in a group setting, in a team drill, in a live drill, fast drill. So we kind of go through that process.
It is the league. There are stats for drops. Do you internally as an offense keep your own stats, like, well, that wasn't a drop, or no, that is a drop? You know what I mean? Are you a hard marker with that stuff?
Yeah. it's all like for us, we look at it and go, all right, that was a tough catch. Like we need to have better ball placement, or we need to catch that. At the end of the day, we got to make sure the ball's in our possession. We don't want drops regardless of where the ball's at. Well, we got to make sure we throw an accurate football. But it's not just like those two things like exclusively. It's a combination of things. It could be, was the quarterback affected by a rush where he had to move and now his launch point and his throw is a little bit off target and off rhythm. So it's a combination of things, but we had to clean it up.
Are you a believer that some guys say if the ball touches their hand, they have to catch it?
I mean, I'm not like 100% because there's plenty of examples I can think of where that are just cycling through my head right now. And I know as a quarterback, like you want to give them the best ball where they can catch it and get yards after the catch. Like that's the key on some of those short intermediate throws where it's higher completion percentage. One's downfield, you're throwing it with a little bit more air. You're trying to give them an opportunity to run underneath it. They're adjusting. They may have a DB on their back. So there's a lot of things that go into it. But, just being more precise in the pass game, that's going to be a detail we'll stress till the end of time.
I would think as a quarterback and as an offensive coordinator, you might have different standards on what is a drop and what is not a drop, right?
Yeah, I mean, we can debate it, in our meetings all the time with the players and the quarterback. So, we just keep on working at it. We'll improve on it.